close to the heart. 98.7 and AM 1580. WLIJ. Streaming on WLIJradio.com.
Good morning. Today's Tuesday, August 25th, 2026, and we have a Gov Talk here on WLIJ. Sandy Sorrells and Stacy Jefferson with Bedford County Schools in studio with Benny Pulley. Benny, take it away.
All right, this is Benny Pulley. On behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcast, we want to welcome Sandy Sorrells, the Assistant Superintendent of Instructions, and Stacy Jefferson's third grade EOA at Thomas Magnet. And first of all, I want to send out our condolences to Tim Harwell, which usually is here, and he lost his mother this week. Send prayers and all to his family. The loss of your mother is a big thing, and it's hard on a person. And until you lose your mother, you never know. But I lost mine a long time ago, and so it's hard. And I know he's going to be going through some tough stuff, and we send him our prayers. Hope everything gets better for him. Yeah, for sure. And then we got some good news. I mean, we got a big announcement. Didn't we win some kind of award or something? Y'all tell me a little bit about this.
We did. So this was new for us, but the Bright Spots Project looked at 2024 third grade state reading data from nearly 42,000 schools nationwide.
Wow. They
identified schools where reading performance significantly exceeded what would be expected based on certain demographic factors. And so Thomas stood out as the top ranked Bright Spot school in Tennessee. So it really is, to me, a recognition of what can happen with high expectations and with talent from this wonderful teacher right here and so many others in Bedford County. We really are fortunate to have such wonderful educators in Bedford County. So Stacy Jefferson is one of those.
Yeah, Stacy, tell us a little bit about this. Was you surprised when you heard it?
Yeah, I was shocked. Actually, I got an email and it's like, "Hey, congratulations! You've been accepted for this award." And at first, I thought it was spam. I wasn't sure what was going on because we get lots of different emails, and usually it's, "You've won this award. Now click here to send us money," and it wasn't that. So Ms. Watson, our principal, looked at it, and we were really excited about it, and it just kind of went on from there. So I just absolutely thrilled. Absolutely thrilled.
And when you go through a program like that and teaching the children how to read, do you have steps that you follow to try to make them proficient?
Absolutely. It's structured literacy. And so literacy, when you think of reading, it's not just opening a book and pointing to a page, right? It's a million things that goes into it. It's based upon the science of reading. It's based on so many different factors that help us to help a student learn to read. It starts with phonics. It talks about breaking words apart and putting them back together. It's understanding why certain sounds make certain say certain things and combinations. It's a lot of things go into it. And then there's grammar and writing and expressing yourself. And then you get to reading and understanding. And so there's so many factors that go into teaching reading.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't think about that because, I was telling them earlier that, when I was going to school, it was hard reading first grade, kindergarten, first grade. You probably wasn't proficient at it until about third grade. But nowadays, some of the first graders are reading stuff that would have been probably third or fourth grade for us, and I'm going, man, that's pretty good. Now, do y'all still have the program? And I failed to ask, but do y'all still have the program where business people come in and read? I know they used to do that in kindergarten and stuff for the kids.
So we do that some. We have tutoring programs. We have a lot of our high school students that come in and read. Yeah. Yes, they do.
I remember my granddaughter did that over at Cascade.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was great. All right, well, tell me some more stuff. What's going on with y'all in this program with the literacy?
So Mr. Harwell has spoken at 3 town halls so far, and of course we had our big kickoff with all of our staff and faculty at Bedford County Schools. And one of our primary goals this school year, and will continue to be a goal until we achieve that mark, is early literacy. So ensuring that every third grader leaves equipped to read. And so he uses the phrase, we're transitioning from learning to read to reading to learn. And that is giving our students the foundation that they need to be successful in all subjects as they move through school and into life. So reading is so important for a child. It does equip them for future success. And so we are just so thankful for talented teachers like Miss Jefferson that really do understand that. They understand the power that a child has when they can read. So I do want to highlight this group of students actually was 87.1% proficient when they left third grade with third grade ELA reading standards. And so talk a little bit about that group of students and share with them, because that was so interesting, how we've continued to see a progression.
That group of students was absolutely amazing. They were on fire. They had parent support. We worked together as a team, and they just really loved to learn. Interesting that group of kids happens to be like mostly girls. It was just the way that worked out. And so the boys in that class had to fight for their spots. It was like they were constantly with all my wonderful little girls in there, and they just worked so hard. And they wanted to win, and we kind of look at it, we've got to show what we know on this test. I tell them all the time, I already know what you know. I know how amazing you are. And so our job now is to prove to everybody else in the state how amazing you are, because I don't need this test to show it. We already know that.
Yeah.
But it kind of gives them a challenge. Well, that group was 87%, and they were the catalyst, because the next year, a different group, the next group of third graders was 92% proficient.
Wow.
And then last year, which was absolutely amazing, we were at 100% proficient in a third grade ELA at Thomas. And so it was just like a catalyst, thinking that we could do it here, so how can we improve it next time and then the next time? And it just kind of, they set a very high standard that the next groups rose to meet.
Too, with just hearing what you're saying, you're encouraging them a lot. And to me, as a child coming up, encouragement is the best thing you can do for a child trying to learn.
Yes.
It sort of gives them that confidence that I can do this. I'll never forget my college. Now, this is in college. My professor, I was in speech class, and he told me, he said, Benny, you don't never ever need to speak. That's what he told me. So I took that with me for a long time, and I said, I can do it. And now here I am hosting shows all the time, and I'm going, there you go.
Maybe he's listening.
Professor, I hope you're listening. But you do need that encouragement, because that's exactly what motivates you. And I think that helps the children. And I think if you start them out early, motivating them and giving them goals, they will strive to do that. They want to make you happy.
They do.
Yeah.
And that's what I think I love about third grade is that they're still in the age where they still love you. They want to please you. They want to do their very best. They haven't gotten into that middle school, I need to be cool mindset yet.
Yeah.
They're still very lovable and huggable, and they want to work, but they can still do lots of things independently. It's a wonderful age, and I just love this group.
And when they find a little bit of success, it just grows like fire, right? They
just light up from their head to their toes, and then they read one book and they get encouragement, and they read another one and another one and another one. Third graders love books that have a series because they just keep going and going and going and going, and I love that about them. Yes, as soon as they catch that little bitty spark, they just take off, and that's really neat about them.
Do they still have the little, I call them little contests to see how many books you can read during summer? I know they used to do it during summer, and then now they do it during the year.
Actually, I do what we call a 40-book challenge in my classroom this year. I do it every year, and I encourage the kids to read 40 chapter books over 10 different genres throughout the year, and then they do a book summary on each one. And then when they're done, at the end, they get to have this sign that they get to sign my wall of fame. They get to take the sign home for 3 days and put it in their yard, and it says, "Today I'm a reader," or something. They take pictures of it, and then they get a medal at the end of the year. And then this year, we're partnering with Cooper Steele with their program, their Reading Minute program, and working together with that. And it's simply amazing. So yes, our 40-book challenge is always a huge hit. And that year that we're talking about with the Literacy Award, I had several students that year complete the 40-book challenge. And I think, those go hand in hand.
I think
when
so,
kids read independently on their own and they love to read, that's when you see growth. Not just reading in class or reading to take a test, but when they learn that reading can help them escape or get them information, I think that's when you're going to see growth in kids.
Yeah, I know one of my preachers years ago, he told me, he said reading was his way of traveling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because he could read a book, and it might be in France or it might be in Italy or whatever. He could travel the world by going to a book, and I thought that was a good way of explaining it.
Yeah, I think that might be a good challenge for our adults. We might need to start that 40-book challenge for all of our adults.
I do it with them every year. I'm running out of some kind of their age books to do it with and I've had parents do it as well that just joined in, and they want the same kind of log that the kids have, and they do it along with them.
And I think that's an important, statement there. Parents getting involved, and we've talked about that. You and I have before, just about the power in a parent being involved with their students.
I agree.
Showing that reading at home, modeling that reading at home for the student, for their child. It's very powerful.
Yeah, it is. It's that encouragement at home is just as important as encouragement at school. Make sure you do.
And then when a child sees that connection between home and school,
that's it. It clicks.
You can't beat it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
As a team, then you're there. Once they know, it starts with reading in your lap as an infant, and then them reading in front of them, and them making reading a priority, and them writing the shopping list, and just all these little things. And then if they see the parent and the teacher communicating, and then it's wonderful. So parent partnership is absolutely necessary.
Yeah, I say that's the big key. If you get your teachers involved, parents involved, then they got a win-win there.
Absolutely. And all there in support of that child, and them setting goals and working together to help the child achieve those goals. So.
Well, Braden, we're going to take our first break, and we will be right back.
Your eyes are a precious thing. You've got to take care of them. Looking for clear vision and hometown care you can trust? See the difference at Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. From comprehensive eye exams to helping you find that perfect pair of glasses, Dr. Hasty and his friendly team are focused on your family's vision and comfort every step of the way. Noticing changes in your eyesight? Time for that yearly checkup? Let's take care of it. 931-684-2020. Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, because your eyes are a precious thing.
Kincaid's is proud to offer Beauty Rest Black to our customers. Beauty Rest Black represents a leap forward in bedding with sleep climate technology keeping you cool, and triple-stranded pocketed coils to give you luxurious support all night long. Wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day with a new Beauty Rest Black mattress from Kincaid Service Company, 400 Madison Street, Shelbyville, across from the Speedway gas station, 931-684-5662.
All right, this is Ben Pulley, behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcast, here with Sandy Sorrells and Stacy Jefferson, and we're discussing child literacy, and we're going over the statistics, and of course, Thomas Magnet won out.
We did.
Now, do they do this every year?
From what I can see, it looks like they do. So we hope we, are still in the running for the next couple of years.
Oh, well, that sounds good. So now, when you bring a child through the literacy program like you're doing at Thomas Magnet, do you start out there in kindergarten and go through the third grade, starting them down at the basics, or do you start at first and go?
We start at kindergarten, but really it starts at home. It starts,
and we can't forget that.
We can't forget. It starts at home.
Yeah.
It starts with the parents reading to their kids, and it starts with putting away the TV and the tablet for a little while. And just
that's what I love about the Imagination Library too. We have access to books through the Imagination Library too.
The Dolly Parton.
Yeah, I remember when my grandkids were started, I signed them up for that, and so they get that book every month, and that was great to get them started on reading, And
it's fun in the classroom too when you hear them talking about those books that they had in common, that they remember. Oh, I remember getting that book, and it starts at home with our amazing parents that we have in Bedford County working with their children. every single day. And then they go to kindergarten. And our kindergarten teachers are angels, I believe.
They are.
Because saints, because they just take these kids and they work with them and they teach them not only how to read and write and do math, but how to walk in a line and how to be a friend and how to open their milk carton and all of these things.
So I've lived in the high school world for, golly, going on 16 years, I guess. So I was so fortunate the past couple of weeks to be able to visit with some of our other elementary schools in Bedford County and getting to see what those amazing pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, first,
Teachers,
second
yeah.
grade teachers
Yes.
are doing with these students that are, some of them coming to school already behind because they haven't picked up a book, they haven't been read to, they haven't held a pencil or a crayon,
Right.
and just what these teachers can do with these students is
Yeah.
amazing to
Yeah.
me. And we get them in high school, and sometimes we can get frustrated when they slip a little below grade level, but just thinking about where they've come from and where they are because of that foundation.
I've always said this, that of course our military needs to get paid the most, our law enforcement and all that protect us, and teachers.
Absolutely.
Because without the teachers, we're not going to have good students. And you have good students, you're going to have a good public.
I wish everybody could look into it from that fishbowl and really see what a day in the life of one of these elementary students looks like.
My mother was a bus driver, of course, and I went to a private school, and so I would be off sometime while she was still working, so I would ride the bus with her, and boy, how rough them kids were on that bus. But back then she'd stop and threaten them, But now she can't. You can't do that. But
you think too, they've been in a classroom environment, a structured environment, and some of our students come to us without that structure built in at home. So it really is, once they break free from that structure, they're hard to contain. It's hard to
and it's
contain
the best thing that you can do is let the teachers work with your students to help them, and then you as a parent step up and do your part to help them get through this, because it's a hard deal, especially for a young fella or a young girl.
Absolutely. And we are blessed. We have wonderful parental support and community support in Bedford County.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, this is a great place to be and raise your kids and send
Ain't no
your kids
doubt.
to school.
And I commend Cascade, because that's where both my boys graduated, and that's where my grandkids were.
Yes.
So both of them.
And so I think that's one of the things that makes this award kind of unique and special, is that a lot of times, around the state you think, oh, it's Williamson County or it's Nashville.
Right.
And Bedford County, you don't think, oh, it's Bedford, they're a rural county, they're not as big, things like that. But here we are, number one in the state.
Yep.
So it's possible. And I think we're able to show the state and show Tennessee that it can be done here in Bedford County.
Well, I think all of our schools have stepped up. I know over the years, Cascade won several Blue Ribbon Awards for school. But, it's the teachers. The principals, the teachers, the directors, superintendent, all that. It's a team effort.
Working together.
We're all working together to get the same outcome, and that's to produce a better student, which will produce a better employee.
Absolutely.
Later on down the line,
It's every single person that has a hand in the building, from our cafeteria
Absolutely.
workers
Oh, ain't no doubt.
to our assistants. We have the best assistants, to our nurses
Yep.
and the people at the front desk, who I do not know how they do all that they do, but they're amazing. Our custodians that give these kids a safe place. It's every teacher before that grade and every teacher after that spurs them on. And so
because you got your
person that has a hand.
SROs and all the guys that they're some of the greatest. They sit and try to tell the kids, what need to do, and that, which gives them a lot of encouragement, because a lot of times kids, and back when I was coming up, a lot of times parents weren't involved, and it takes somebody like that, a teacher that will encourage you to do better, and that's the ones that make you.
We do believe relationships matter, and without those relationships, it becomes very difficult to be able to move that meter with students academically. And that, like you said, I love that. I went into one of our elementary schools this last week, and the cafeteria ladies were so happy, and they were just so glad to be back in school and see their students, and it just brought joy to my heart to see people just just so excited about school.
Just happy to be there.
Yeah.
Kids want to be where they feel accepted and they feel loved and they can thrive. And so it just takes one person. It takes one person that they can connect with, and it may not be the teacher, and it may
Absolutely.
be.
Yeah.
But one person that they can connect with.
Yeah, that's the key. And like you say, like a lot of the custodian workers, they give words of encouragement to them as they're doing their work. Bus drivers, same thing. They give encouragement to the kids.
And sometimes it's just a smile. Sometimes, especially with the older ones, they don't necessarily want you to talk to them all the time in the hallway. But that smile and then that consistency for them, knowing that you're there every day, you're showing up every day, and you're going to have a smile on your face every day. And that's...
Yeah, anything you can do to encourage the kids, that's the key, I think. Now, you won this award this time. How are you looking for next year?
I think we're looking pretty good with 100% achievement.
Wow.
I mean,
that means
every student passed the third grade test. Every student. In the third grade.
Now, do y'all remember, and this is off the cuff, do you remember what the average is for Tennessee schools as far as that goes? I know we were ranking real low in the third grade.
We are, and I would say overall, and of course, all of our most recent data is still embargoed, so, we don't have everything
access
yet.
To it, yeah.
Yes. But as a district, I think we hover in the mid to upper 30 percentile with our reading.
Yeah, because I know there for a while it was way down. Yeah, it was way down for a long time for the whole state, So to do...
But we're not going to stay there.
No.
Well, we are not going to stay
Bedford
there.
County is going to be the leading example.
Sure we are.
we are.
And I'm so excited about this year as just learning from teachers like Miss Jefferson and so many of these others, bringing everyone together collectively and taking, what works and being able to replicate that across our district, across our schools. So that's what we're really excited about.
Yeah, because what'll happen, this is just typical schools, they'll see y'all won that. And now they're going to be coming for it. They're going to be competitive. So maybe
I think they're already pretty competitive.
Yes. We love it. And I'll be honest, that's part of it. You're like, okay,
and I
did it this year. Let's see what we can do next year.
Yeah, and it makes another school try.
But behind every percentage point, behind every achievement score is a child. Right, a child.
That's right.
And so sometimes it's hard because you want to be competitive. But behind every score is a child. And that child needs to succeed. And our goal is to get them prepared so that they can leave our classrooms not only ready for the next grade, but ready for life. And my goal as a teacher is to have high expectations so that they rise to meet them. And so that one day they can go and they can read that job application.
Right.
And I tell them, and so in the middle of the night, that if your kid is sick and you need to give them medicine, you can read the medicine bottle and follow those directions. And you're going to have to install a car seat one day. Yeah. And that takes like a master's degree, it seems like, Our goal is for them to be successful in life. Yes, of course, I want them to do well on this test.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I want them to be successful in life and if reading can become their escape, that's wonderful. But if reading can be a way that they can further succeed, that's the ultimate goal. I think as a county, that's what we want. We want our kids every year we want to get better, right? Every year we want them to be more and more successful.
But instilling that belief that I can do it.
Yes.
So finding those successes, celebrating the successes, and instilling that in students that I can succeed.
I can.
Yeah, and I think that is the biggest key, is telling a student that you can succeed, because like I was telling you, the negative part it's like my dad. I told him I wanted to start a business. I wanted to borrow some money from him. He said, I'll give you the money, but it won't do no good. Well, right there was my incentive to show him it would do good. And, of course, it did good, and I closed it down in 2005. But I did it. But then once I got it going and he was successful, he tell people when we go to these shows, he said, I helped him start it.
Taking the credit.
But that's okay. But it's those negative thoughts that people put in your head, and they do it all the time. It's typical.
And sometimes they don't mean to.
They don't mean to. It's just a negative thought. But if you stay positive, like you guys are doing, it makes them kids want to strive harder if they make you happy, they think, well, if I make her happy, maybe I can make somebody else happy, And
But I think the good thing too is just being able to chart progression, and so they do a really good job where students can actually see how far they've come, how far they've grown, and in a time period. So that's powerful too. Now, actually being able to see it.
Yeah. Now Thomas stops at 6th grade. Is that right?
We actually go to 8th grade now.
Oh, now
we
8th
go
grade.
all the way through 8th grade.
That's good.
We have through middle school, and that's very exciting.
Oh,
because you see these kiddos entering in kindergarten, and then you see them leave, and they're huge 8th graders, and it's a wonderful thing to see them as they progress.
What used to be 6, and then they added 2 more. Is that right? The way it used to?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And I love the continuity.
Fifth, okay.
That brings. You really do get to know those students. You get to see them progress over time. Liberty, I think that's great. But even out at Cascade, right? Those kids that start over there with Miss Adcock at the elementary school, and then move on over to that middle school,
and
then
right
they
on to high.
Walk across that stage in high school. That's really sweet, and that's something that Bedford County can also be proud of. And I think that also extends from Learning Way to Harris to Shelbyville Central High School.
Oh, yeah.
Just getting to see those kids,
progress all
the way through.
So when they come out of Thomas, usually do they go mostly to Central, or
I think it's a lot of them go to Central, but because of where they live in the area, and
that might make them go somewhere else.
They are a little bit more dispersed throughout the county than you might be if you come from Harris.
Right.
I think they're, I don't know the exact statistics, but I know several of them go just pretty much all over. I would say maybe half. I don't quote me. I might go to Central, and then the rest kind of are dispersed throughout.
Yeah, because we got some great high schools here in town.
Great options.
Yeah, we do have some great options. That's for sure.
Wonderful opportunities.
Well, we've got looks like about maybe 3 or 4 minutes left. Anything y'all would like to touch on specifically that you would like to mention?
Well, I think, Miss Jefferson just quoting it being a team effort.
Absolutely.
Talking about the teachers that came before, the teachers that come behind. And I just want to congratulate that entire team out there.
Yes.
Everybody involved in the child's education, no matter how big or small, it is a team effort. It takes all of us. And then taking that to Bedford County as a whole, and just realizing in Bedford County, it takes all of us working together in the school system. And we're so fortunate to be under the leadership now of Mr. Harwell as our new superintendent of schools. He has such a heart and a passion for the students of this county and for this county community as a whole. And, it's so moving to watch him speak from the heart about his why, and challenging all of us with our why, but then he walks that, he lives that every day. So I think we're under great leadership with Mr. Harwell, and I think we've got such a good team of educators, administrators in Bedford County, and I'm just excited about where we're going next.
Well, that's good. And Stacey, you're setting a great example for the other schools to try to follow.
And I have a wonderful teaching team too. I've been remiss to talk about them, but I have my teaching coworkers are absolutely, the other 3rd grade teachers are fantastic. Mr. Boyett teaches science and social studies, and Ms. Turner in math, and so we work together, and they support in all aspects. So I can't be remiss about.
And I also want to say that Ms. Jefferson shares that with our whole district. So when we get together at the beginning of the year in service, she leads several sessions where she's working with teachers from all across our district.
So
and we have so many doing that, and it really is. It's
because if you're good in something and you're excelling, and you are excelling over there, so your goal would be to sort of help other teachers to get to that excelling part. Because if we all excel, then we can't go nothing but up.
We're all better.
I think exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I want to say thank you for coming. Appreciate you. I know you from being principal at Cascade. Seen you on several graduations.
Missing my Cascade babies every day.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But you stepped up into a great spot. You're helping a lot of schools, and that's the key. And you are doing a great job with the reading program, and I hope you continue to keep excelling.
Me too.
I know you can't go over 100%, but
we got to stay there.
But they say when you work, give 110%, or when you're playing football or whatever, give 110%, and that sounds like you're giving 110% to make that 100.
like grace of
Yeah.
God for sure.
Yeah, and congratulations to all your teachers who helped you to get that
Absolutely.
award. And that is a great for a school in Bedford County, because a lot of people consider us hillbillies and country. We ain't going to get there, but we're showing them we can do
Exactly.
it. We're showing them we can do it. All right, God bless each and every one of you. We will see you next time.
Thank you.
You know, your eyes are a precious thing. You've got to take care of them. Looking for clear vision and hometown care you can trust? See the difference at Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. From comprehensive eye exams to helping you find that perfect pair of glasses, Dr. Hasty and his friendly team are focused on your family's vision and comfort every step of the way. Noticing changes in your eyesight? Time for that yearly checkup? Let's take care of it. 931-684-2020. Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, because your eyes are a precious thing.
Kincaid's is proud to offer Beauty Rest Black to our customers. Beauty Rest Black represents a leap forward in bedding with sleep climate technology keeping you cool, and triple-stranded pocketed coils to give you luxurious support all night long. Wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day with a new Beauty Rest Black mattress from Kincaid Service Company, 400 Madison Street, Shelbyville, across from the Speedway gas station, 931-684-5662.